So, okay. Okay, if I go to the Azure portal, if I go to Microsoft Entra ID, also we have discussed user management, group management. Also, we discussed how to create new user, how to manage users, how to view the sign-in logs. We saw these details. Okay, yeah. So Sandhya has she has tried to log in at around 8:04. Okay, so she has tried to log in from Azure portal. Okay, and everything is mentioned over here. If the session will get interrupted, the interrupted message will come. Okay, so this is how we troubleshoot. So okay, so we have already covered this. And password reset, if you want to do the password reset. Okay, okay, this is a different actually. And if you want to reset the password, how do we reset password for the user? We will simply log in, we will open that user. Okay, we'll open the user. Suppose I want to reset it for Anil. So what I need to do, I need to click on reset password, and I will just click on the reset password option. Then I will get a temporary password. That temporary password I can share it with Anil to uh, create a permanent password. Okay, so this is the step. Okay, yesterday we also discussed about multi-factor authentication. Okay, so how do we go to that multi-factor authentication option? We'll simply scroll it down, and we'll go to
Authentication methods.
okay, authentication methods. Okay, okay. We need to go to our users now. Then we need to go to okay. Yeah, we need to select the user. Suppose I'm going for Anil, so I need to select the user, and then we need to go to authentication. Yeah, good, Rameshri. Yeah, this is actually really good. Okay. So if suppose that user is telling that she has lost his phone or he has lost his phone, and he wants to re-register for multi-factor authentication from new phone. So what you will do in that case? You will simply click on require re-register multi-factor authentication. Okay. You just need to click on over here, and if you press OK, then what will happen? He will have to again scan the QR code and again link his account with another mobile phone. Okay, so we can add another method also for authentication from here. We can either use, there are 3 to 4 methods, like we can use email ID, phone number. So you can provide his phone number. Okay, let's suppose his phone number is 123456789. Okay, okay, this is not a phone number, but I am just giving you an example. Okay, you need to provide him his phone number, and if you click on add, so what will happen? Once he logs into his Azure account after entering his username and password, he will have to do verification through his mobile phone also. Okay, he will that message will pop up, and he will have to enter his enter the code which he will be getting on his mobile number. Okay, so we have 3 to 4 ways in which we can add another layer of security or another layer of authentication to the user account. Okay, so this is one thing. Yeah, so we already discussed this yesterday. Okay. Yeah, so what else? We have few things left. Okay, so today we'll discuss some of them, and tomorrow we'll try to complete this. Okay, so one thing is, firstly let's come to the default directory, and we have roles and administration. Yeah, now come to this option, that is company branding. So can someone let me know what is this company branding? Okay. So basically, in company branding, what happens now? Like when you are trying to log in with a new user, you are getting a default screen from the Microsoft. Okay. So if I just show you, if I just open the new incognito window and if I just show you, okay, if I just sign it out and if I, 1 minute, okay, use another account and let me copy the, okay, Rameshri, are you, do you have your phone with you? Like, I'm thinking of using your account only. Okay, so you will have to do that.
Okay.
Okay, okay, okay. Okay, see, yes, today only I have made this change. Okay, previously what used to happen? This screen used to come over here in the middle. Okay, but because I have made these changes, it is coming over here, and I have made these changes through company branding only. Okay, okay. Firstly, let me just revert back the changes which I have made. Okay, so just let me go to default directory and let me go to the company branding. Okay, let me go to the edit option. Okay, not here. We need to go to layout. Okay, parcel screen, not parcel screen. Now we will be selecting full screen. Okay, and we'll be, so header is fine. Okay, and we'll review and save it. Save it. Okay, now let's see what happens. We will close this tab. Okay, we'll again open the new incognito window. Portal dot azure.com. Use another account. Okay, yeah, see Ramya. Now how is it coming? Okay, if we click on next, okay, now also here only it is coming. Layout. Mm, so footer, next header, footers, review placement, anything. Mm, mhm. Okay, layout is full screen only. Okay. Mhm. Okay. Maybe Azure is trying taking some time to implement the changes. Okay, so let's try to refresh this, close this, and open the incognito again. Yeah, now so it is working properly. Okay, so we need to have some patience when we are working with Azure. Okay, because it is not that quick. Okay, it takes some time to implement the changes. Okay, see now it is Now it is where it is in the middle of our screen. Okay, so if we want to make some changes to our default company branding, so how do we make those changes? We need to go to, where we need to go? We need to go to our Microsoft Entra ID, and we need to go to company branding. Okay, so it is not the only thing that you can change. Okay, you can change this favicon. Okay, like if you don't want these details, if you don't want this Microsoft logo, okay, if you don't want this type of graphics, okay, everything you can change. You can just go to chat gpt and you can ask for some you can ask for some customized image for your organization. You can browse and just keep that image over here. Okay, and what else you can do? You can select some background image also. If you don't like this empty screen on the background, okay, so you can change this background screen also. Okay, and page color if you want to change. Okay, okay, this we can change. Okay, page background color if you want to change this also you can change. Previously it was here, it was white, no, it is white currently. Okay, if I make it, okay, we'll make it red. Okay, so we can change these details. Okay, and next what we can change? Layout currently it is in full screen background, it is in full screen, see. And now if I want to make it partial screen background, so we can change this. Okay, if you want to hide header, you can hide the header. Okay, so whatever customization that you want to make based on your own organization, you can do the sign in page customization, this page user page sign in customization from the company branding option. Okay, so if you want to upload some css file, okay, if you have some code and if you have written some code and if you want to use that code for this sign in page, you can do that as well. Okay, so we have made two changes over here and let's see if these changes are working fine for us or not. We have used this partial screen and we have made the changes to the color also. So let's see what happens. We'll review and we'll save it. Okay, so it will take some time, so we'll just wait for 1 or 2 minutes and we'll see whether these changes are getting applied or not. Okay, we'll again go to the new incognito portal.azure.com. Okay, we'll use another account. Okay, we'll just see now what it is happening. We have changed the color, that's why this background color has been changed, and this also got changed. Okay, the positioning of this login page has changed. Okay, so uh, there is not much technical in this company branding thing. Okay, it is just used to customize our login page. Okay, if you people want, if you can just try uploading some image, okay, and making some changes. Okay, so I'm giving this to you people only. Okay,
Okay.
okay, okay, so now we have Microsoft Intra Connect. Yeah, this will take some time. Okay, password reset. Let's come to this option also. Although, yeah, it is clearly mentioning that we need a premium trial to use this feature. Okay, we need a premium P1 or P2. Okay, but I am just giving you the concept. It is also like a easy topic to understand. Okay, so we'll just discuss the topic concept for this. What does this self-service password reset do, and why is it important for us? And then you can just, if they ask you in the interview, you can just mention. But you also need to mention that we need to have a premium P1 or P2 license to implement this self-service password reset in our Microsoft Entra ID. Okay. So see what does this feature do? This feature includes a set of capabilities that allows your users to manage any password from any device at any time from any location while remaining in compliance with the security policies you define. Okay, so what does this mean? So it means self-service password reset. The name itself, the name itself Now, the name itself shows that the user will have the capability to reset their own password. Okay, if suppose they want to reset, so ideally, what is the process to reset the password? If someone has either lost his password or forgot his password, so what he will do? He will reach out to either Azure engineer or some service desk or help desk engineer, and they will either give a call or they will reach out through Teams. Okay, and they will request to reset their password. But when it comes to Microsoft Entra ID, they are having this additional feature, and using this SSPR feature, what we can provide to our end users is they don't have to come and reach out to us, or you can say help desk, Azure engineer or anyone. Okay, so what they need to do, once we enable this self-service password reset feature for our end users, okay, so they will have an option to reset their own password. So from where they will reset their own password? So right now when we are going to the login page, okay, if I go to the login page portal.azure.com, okay, if I use another account, okay, let's take off Sharmashti only. See, here I am not getting any option as reset password. Okay, I am not getting any. So if I click on next, okay, here I am getting the option to forgot my password. Okay, let's click on this and let's see what happens. Okay, KKS KGF. GPW 4WK6. Okay, so did you got any prompt, Ramya? Hmm? Have you got any code on your Microsoft Authenticator app? No, no, no. Approve a notification. Yeah, send notification. Now you will get one 2-digit code.
Not.
You haven't got?
Yes, sir.
Okay. 41 it is coming.
Okay.
Okay, it is giving us the option. Now also we are getting the option to reset our password. Okay, so this is what, okay, although it is not enabled for the users. Okay, so user don't want, yeah, see, the same thing is mentioned over here. Improve user experiences. User don't want to call help desk and spend an hour on the phone every time they forget their passwords. Okay, so now I think, okay, Azure has made some changes in its SSPR service. Okay, so for cloud users, okay, so for cloud user whose account is on Microsoft Intra ID portal, for them they are providing this option. Okay, so when I checked around a few 1 or 2 months back, this option was not coming. Okay, forgot password option for the cloud users also, but I think now they have given this option for cloud users. But if you make any hybrid connectivity, okay, if you have on-prem environment, Windows AD and Azure AD, both the environment. So you will have to enable this password reset feature for your on-prem user. Okay, mostly in organizations there will be a hybrid connectivity. Everything will not be on Azure. Okay, there will be some user accounts which will be there on the Windows Active Directory. So for those users, you need to have a premium account, premium P1 or P2 account to enable self-service password reset for those users. Okay, because for cloud users, even with free trial, we are able to reset the password. Okay, if I provide a new password and confirm new password, it will be done. But for on-prem user who are part of hybrid connectivity, for them we will need this premium license, okay, to enable this SSPR. Okay, so same thing is mentioned over here also. Password management is the single largest help stack driver for most organizations. Okay, user can reset their password from wherever they are. Okay, so this is the benefit that we get through SSPR. It is a very basic thing. It is just used for resetting the password for the users. Okay, so now Azure is providing us this benefit that even with free trial you are getting this option. Okay, but for the Windows users it won't be possible. Okay, we need to have a premium license and then we need to assign those licenses to our users in order to enable forget password option for those users. Okay, okay, so yeah, we have one topic that we discussed that day and that topic is left. Okay, so we'll cover that policy topic today, and then other topics will, if we will have some time we will cover, and if not then we'll cover it tomorrow. Okay, so can someone just let me know what is policy? What if not in Azure terms, in normal terms, can someone tell what is the use of policy, or why do we create any policy? Okay, so basically policies are the set of rules that we create in our Azure environment to govern our Azure resources. Okay, so suppose we want to make some rules. We want to make some rules in our Azure environment or in our Azure portal, that someone who is from India location can only create the resource, or we can create some rules like only Central India or East US is allowed for creation of virtual machine. Okay, if we want to make some rules, or if we want to make some rules like only a particular site such as D2S V3 D2S V3 VMs that we can create in our Azure portal. Okay, so we are basically enforcing some rules so that there remains there remains a there remains we need, like users or any administrators need to follow the set of rules. Okay, so it is basically used for cost management purpose, so that the cost doesn't exceeds. And the second thing is like in organizations every day, uh, employees come and go, administrators will come and there will be some administrators who will be leaving the organization. Okay, so if there will be no rules, and if they are given the task of creation of any VM, okay, so they will create the VM in any location. Okay, but if there will be any rule in place, so they will while creation of the VM only they will get that restriction. Okay, so that they won't be allowed only to create the VMs in location which is mentioned in our policy. So we'll see how to create a policy and how does this policy prevent creation of resources. Okay, we'll see. So we'll simply search for policy. Hmm, okay, then we'll go to assignments. First is we will search for policy, then we'll go for assignments, then we'll click on assign policy. Okay, then at the first we need to select our scope. So what is our scope? So where do we want to implement this policy? Do we want to implement this policy on the whole Azure subscription, or if we want to assign it to some resource group or whole management group? So we can specify from here. Okay, so now let's go by subscription only. We want to implement this to the whole subscription. If you want to go for some specific resource group, now we don't have any resource group available, but if you have, you can select that specific resource group, so that on that specific resource group only your policy will be implemented. Okay, so let's clear all section and let's close this. We'll go for the scope for our policy will be whole Azure subscription. Okay, so now exclusion. If you want to exclude any resource group or anything, so from here you can exclude that. Okay, so now we are not excluding anything. Yeah, policy definition. So which type of policy that you want to create? So we have so many. Okay, so from here you can just have a review which type of policy that we can create. Okay, so we'll create some basic policies for today. So we'll click on allowed. Let's search for allowed. Or let's search for locations. It will give us. Okay, so see, we have one policy named as allowed location. So we'll select this one and we'll add it. Okay, it is version 1 allowed location. So we can, it should be enabled. Okay, this should be enabled, and we'll write some description. If you want, you can write some description like we want to create a policy for the creation of resource. The location should be east US for creation of any resource. Like this you can mention in the description. Okay, then we'll click on next. Allowed location. So from here you can select the location in which you want to allow the creation of resource. Suppose we are selecting east US. Okay, and let's see what happens. Okay, we'll review and create it. Let's create it. Okay, so this policy is created. So now if you come to the policy again, okay, if I go to the assignments, see, now we have one policy in place. Okay, allowed location pre policy is in place. Okay, so now let's try to create a resource. Okay, let's try to create a resource and we will select some other location. Okay, and we'll see whether we are able to create or not. So let's see. We'll try to create a virtual machine only because other resources we haven't yet learned to create. Okay, So we'll okay, there are no resource groups, so let's create it. 01. Okay. Virtual machine name. Okay, we are not learning virtual. Okay, this is fine. Okay, so we'll select. Let's select Central India. See, now only it is giving you an error. Okay, see, allowed location. This policy is coming over here. Okay, so now only it is restricting you to create the resource. Okay, so see, it is restricting you. View compliance. If you see, allowed location is view assignment. Okay, see, yeah, see here. List of allowed location is only East US. Okay, so that's why it is restricting you to create the virtual machine. Okay, so here only you are getting that error. So you won't be able to create any resource other than the East US location. What if we select East US? So see, now everything is fine. But if we select any other location, UK South, okay, so see, allowed location policy is restricting to create the resource. Okay, so one policy we have learned. Now let's learn about other policy also, how we can create another policy also. We'll create one more policy. We'll select the scope as Azure subscription one only. Okay, and what next? Exclusion, we won't be excluding anything. Policy definition. Okay, so we'll select for size of our virtual machine. Okay, let's select it. Yeah, this one, allowed virtual machine size SKU. Okay, so there are so many. It depends on your requirement, which type of policy is required in your organization. Okay, so okay, we'll click on next, and then we'll select the size which we want to allow. Okay, so let's see which one we are creating, mostly which one we are using. D1. I think D1S DS1. Okay, so let's allow all the basic ones only. Okay, we'll just allow the basic one and let's see what happens. We'll review plus create this. Okay, so now we have two policies in place. So now what we will do is we will select East US only our. Okay, okay, it takes some time. Okay, so we'll refresh the portal. Now also one policy is only there. Yeah, now two policy has come up. So now we'll select East US only as our region. Okay, let's refresh this page also. Otherwise, Azure can give us errors. New, okay, no resource group. RJ01 virtual machine name VM01. Okay, we'll select East US only as our region because we want to test our second policy. Okay, no infrastructure redundancy required. Okay, it is fine. Anything is fine. Virtual machine, anything we can take. Now, now see, we need to select the size. Okay, we have just selected the basic size. Okay, we will select some. Let's select this size. Okay. See, here we are getting the error. Items availability based on policy assignment for the selector. Okay, so policy details, it is giving you the restriction because we have just selected the basic ones. Okay, and we have selected this D series. So it is